Hey, what's going on, everybody? Doka the Dingus, aka Wagon Fruit here, and welcome back to Doka the Uncut. Today, I am doing another one of these mock things in a limited amount of time, just for the recording, to motivate myself. And hopefully you guys enjoy this if you watch it. It's really long, but it's cool. So, good morning, everybody. It's like 9:30 a.m. for me. So we're gonna be building this mock. So this matchup that's over on the right. This is I think NumbNexus versus John Jr. We are going to be using NumbNexus's team to mock for John. So let's get into it. So I haven't looked at this matchup yet at all, but I think I remember John saying he liked the look of it. He does have decent Ogre upon Wellspring counterplay with the Archaludon. We will probably be using Ogre anyway. And by probably I mean definitely. Ogre is just broken. Cinderace looks a bit difficult to deal with for John. Fireball plus U-turn hits everything. I mean, he just generally is limited with fire resists. If only we had this fucking Cinderace, bro. Jirachi is helpful for Dio, helpful for Enamorus. Could be helpful for Ogerpon, but I think if Jirachi is handling Ogerpon, we are doing something wrong. Because we kind of need him for everything else. Is the basically the only real Enamorus check on our team. Okidogi could be a nice physical check to Ogerpon to Iron Hands, maybe. Toxic Chain just plus physical bulk plus Rocky Helmet gets like huge amounts of chip off, so that's cool. Donphan removal is helpful for sure. I don't think John's gonna try to stack this team because of course we have Cinderace and also we have Mandibuzz, so if we don't have to bring Donphan, then I might not, but Donphan's also helpful for the Iron Hands. So maybe we bring it. I don't know, we have options for checking the Iron Hands. None of them are fantastic, but many variety. Mandibuzz looks like complete fucking ass, as per usual, but like this time I don't think it's necessary, so it's kind of okay. Because we have other options for Ogerpon checks, and maybe another option for a Dio check. Hopefully. I mean, I would honestly like much rather bring a Sableye than a Mandibuzz, just in general. And Sableye is immune to Drain Punch. Prankster is annoying for Enamorus sometimes, so maybe we can get that to work. Kyurem looks incredible. There's no ice resist on John's team. Holy shit, if we had Cinderace, this team would be so much better. I'm sorry. I just need to keep saying that because it's fucking true. But John wanted Iron Hands instead. Now we don't have an ice resist. So we can kind of assume that the Iron Hand's going to be AV. He did tell me that in DMs, but like it's kind of obvious regardless that it's going to be AV. Or the Enamorus goes some ice resist Terra, which is maybe something that he can do, but it might make him super weak to either Ogerpon or Cinderace, so it's not truly an option. But yeah, Kyurem is going to be insane progress maker in this game. If we just make a check to hands that keeps chipping it down and doesn't guarantee it too much progress, like we might just use Okidogi, then like just Helmet Okidogi, like Kyurem looks unstoppable straight up. So with that said, I think John probably has to go like a more hyper offensive game, or he will get run over by this Kyurem long term. I don't really see how he doesn't. So we can prepare for that, or we can just like condition John to make that, because I don't really know what other option he has. Comfey is also really annoying, just generally, because picking off the fast guys plus threatening hands and threatening Cyclozar, and him not having a real fairy resist other than Muck, which Muck also would get fucked by a helmet Okie Dokie. So I think this is like a pretty obvious way to start. We're gonna have some kind of Kyurem on this for sure. We're gonna have Okie Dokie for sure with the Rocky helmet. I think this is just covering so much with this 115 base physical bulk. And on this Okie Dokie, we're gonna want Toxic Chain for sure. We could fit Horsepower for the Muck and the Iron Hands, maybe. We could also do Psychic Fangs for that purpose, which would also counter like a Screen's Dio, I guess. Though that's not really like something that I care about because, of course, we have Core Change Cinderace as a threat, so it might just not happen. We are definitely going to want a Jirachi, because otherwise I don't know what check we have to Enamorus, and it also helps with Archaludon just typing-wise. Okay. So what are these three weak to on this team? Can't really take an Earthquake or an Earth Power. We do need some kind of way of taking that. We could just use Wellspring for that. In fact, it looks like we kind of have to, right? Because Mandy is so fucking shit. And we're going to bring Ogerpon anyway. So Ogerpon might be a more defensive-ish set here. Or just like intended to come in on Pert and a non-stellar Enamorus, because if it's stellar then it's super effective against us once we raise our Spidef with that Terra. So that kind of defeats the purpose. In general, I do think John should be bringing a special Enamorus here, mainly because, I mean, I guess you could run like Zen Headbutt for the Okie Dokie on a physical set, but like we don't want to be playing into this Okie Dokie. And you can kind of just run Stellar or Electric, I guess, and blow up Ogerpon. Grass, maybe, just to help check it more. Grass would make you weak to Ice, though. Like, keep you weak to Ice, so that kind of sucks. Yeah. So maybe we'll see just like Scarf Stellar from Enamorus, yeah. Of course, there's literally no counterplay to that set in the entire game, because there's nothing that resists Terra Blast. Super cool. What is this week to? I mean, the Rachi needs support, right? Because otherwise we are not going to be able to check Dio long term. So that's a thing. Also, Arch is like a huge problem for this, because Doki doesn't want to be checking it. Kyurem definitely doesn't want to be really taking much hits. Maybe just like one from one of the checks, and to like in order to break through it. And Ogerpon doesn't beat Arch, at least initially. Maybe we can have a set that annoys it. But either way, kind of expecting that Choppleberry, Arch covering for the high jump kick Cinder, and superpower this guy, and it could also help with the Dogi. So we really don't have much for Arch at the moment. We need to find something for that. And I don't know if we have anything. Maybe we have to resort to an Assault Vest Donphan, which would suck ass because that looks like terrible against everything else. It also doesn't even really beat a Body Press Arch. So it looks like Arch is like the best thing on John's side, which is something he's not going to be a stranger to over the course of the season, I think. What is this fucking... What is this DIY ass music, bro? I just clicked the Pokemon Lo-Fi thing. Well, you'll have to bear with it. Encore Comfey could fuck with it. a little bit. Because Body Press and Draco are resisted or immune, and then if he wants to switch to Flash Cannon, he can't because now he's Encored. Maybe that works. We could run Helmet again, maybe, just to assist with hands and then give him chip on Body Press. It's something. Because the Dogi also might get overwhelmed with Ogerpon. So maybe we do that. It also just feels kind of like a waste to not bring Comfey in a matchup where John's only resist is Muck to Draining Kiss. And Draining Kiss heals so much off of hands, it's crazy. The priority is helpful. Does Nexus have really any other form of priority? No. Not other than Prankster and like weird fake out users. Sucker Cinder, which doesn't really help with Enamorous. It does help with the Dio though. So it looks like we might be bringing Cinder and Comfey last. Before I lock that in, is there any reason to bring anything else? Sableye could have some use, right? It is weak to Enamorous, and if he brings like Terra Electric special, it is complete fodder for it. So that is a bit to just de-incentivize us to bring Sableye. But Sableye is not useless, especially if he wants to go some screens route, but I don't totally love that. Because like we don't need screens to make progress. We just need Kyurem. Okay. Mandibuzz, I mean I will take any excuse to not bring Mandibuzz, but also Mandibuzz into Arch Enamorous sounds like it'll do absolutely fucking nothing. And Mandibuzz isn't useless. Like it does wall Ogerpon. It assists a little bit with Dio and Pert. Can't really touch it, even though it does give Pert relatively free rocks. And then a slow flip. So like, yeah, I don't like Mandy here. Terra Raichu is very interesting. In theory, you could do some Terra Ghost Raichu and hardwall the hands, which is funny. I don't think that's good though. Not really, right? Because that also means we're not tearing the Ogerpon. And like, bruh. I feel like we have to for that Spadef, for the Enamorous. I don't know though. Ogerpon's very weird in this matchup, I will say, but I do think it's still always going to be worth it to bring because it's Ogerpon. And then Donphan, nah. I mean Donphan's like okay. It is easily checked. There are hand sets that beat it. There are arch sets that beat it quite easily, in fact. So I don't think Donphan is the most consistent guy here. I think I'm okay with just going Cinderace and Comfey. Maybe we'll decide against one of these guys later, but I think this is a very valid 6 to bring at the moment. So let's look at first how to make Kyurem the most effective it can be. Is it just Scarf? Maybe, right? It won't ever guaranteed outspeed Dio, which is something to note, but it will make us outspeed the Enamorous, which is huge. So I guess it does depend a little bit on how much security do I feel like I need for a Nam. I will have this Wellspring that will outspeed it and probably take any hit quite decently with the Spadef boost. Even a Terra Blast, hopefully. I could calc that right now, actually. I do want to know how much that does. Enamorous with the Terra Stellar. And we have Ogerpon, Wellspring. And we're Terra on this too. Let's say Terra Blast. This is Scarf. Holy shit. Yeah, it does a lot. Uh-huh. Twice. Let's see if we can somehow live to. No, it's not even gonna be close actually. Ooh, okay. I want John to run Stellar and Amorous for sure. Dude, Stellar is crazy. It's like Stellar's a little weird because, like, how much does it do non-Terra? Actually, does a little less. If we twice, yeah, we could even be able to live that if we don't Terra. That's quite interesting. But yeah, Stellar Nam is so weird because on the surface, I actually didn't really love it because, like Terra Blast, like Enamorous has so much potential for high damage instantly with Moonblast or a Stab Terra Earth Power. But the fact is that oftentimes Enam is so strong usually that you need to use your Terra Captain to beat it, and if you do that, then Terra Blast gets boosted, and then your check is no longer a check. So what ends up happening is that Stellar just gives you a boost on Moonblast and Earth Power, and then it gives you an easy answer to abuse their Terra Captain. So I'm gone full circle, and I think that Stellar and Amorous is fucking insane. Yeah, I don't really know long term how I plan to beat Scarf Stellar. I guess I can try to get Rocks up, but I don't have a spin blocker without Sableye, is the thing. And obviously Ogre can't Terra into a Ghost type. Rocks would be so important to control that, because then eventually, right, I could go into Jirachi a couple times, but I wouldn't be able to guarantee chip. But if I have those Rocks up, then I could eventually revenge it with Comfey every time. And that is, like, actually able to deal with it. The other option is a Scarf Cinder, but then if he gets Rocks up, then I'm not going to be Core Change on my Cinder on Scarf, and then I'm not bringing Mandy, I'm not bringing Donphan. It really wouldn't be an option for me. So we actually might pivot one of these Maws into Sableye. That's where Sableye might come in handy, because we might need to spin block to secure that we can deal with this in Amorous. Otherwise, I don't really see an option. So one of these dudes might go for Sableye. And it actually can't be Comfey either. So that's really tough. I don't want to drop Ogre. I mean, I do still need a ground switch in. I don't want to drop Cinder either. I mean, all these Mons are good. And like the one that I would be most eager to drop out of any of these 6 is Comfey, but the whole purpose of spin blocking is to make sure that the Enamorous is eventually always in range of Comfey, so that we never lose to it. So that is a problem, because I need to take off one of these guys for Sableye if I do this. Dude, what is this lo-fi mix? There's like Discord call sound effects. What's going on? This is so tough. Okay. So if I can keep Rocks up, I do think that Scarf Kyurem is really good at forcing progress, especially with the Okie Dokie. This is so tough, man. Because like I almost want to restart and be like Kyurem, Okie Dokie, Sableye, work from there. But I mean, I'm gonna have to replace one of these. Like whatever I replace, the other 3 are absolutely coming. That's tough. That's tough. So like the idea with Cinder It's just a good progress maker. Okay, I'm starting to see why John really likes this matchup, and if he isn't bringing Stellar Nam, I'm going to tell him to. We have Kyurem, Okidogi, and Sableye. And Jirachi, because Jirachi has to be setting the rocks, right? So we have Stealth Rock Jirachi. That is our only rocker. Jesus. Okay, other than Donphan, but Jesus Christ, Nexus. Ugh, I don't like his team. We have Spin Blocker. We have Rocky Helmet Okidogi, which will chip down the hands, so that also helps the Kyurem do stuff. And then we're gonna be Scarf, I think. Because in the event that he's a Boots and Amorous, I need to be able to revenge it. So I think this is actually correct. Yeah. Do I have... I mean, I do have Cinderace as the other option to revenge it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit it. And also, like, if I can prevent a Boots and Am from coming in as much as I can, I think that's good. Right? Yeah. I'll keep this for now. Do we have a way of setting snow? The answer is no. So Blizzard is risky. So let's just stick with Ice Beam, Freeze Dry. How much do we think the Pert is coming? It probably is going to be the Cinderace check because the Arch needs to be saved for Ogerpon. So it probably is coming. It does suck into Ogerpon, but he is so comfortable against Ogerpon. So, well, comparative to any other matchup that Ogerpon has. And, like, Pert can still threaten Ogre, because without the Terra, it is weak to, like, Poison. So he could be Poison Jab, and then post-Terra, he can actually flip on it. So I think Pert is totally fine here. It does help with most other things. So Ice Beam, Freeze Dry, Earth Power for hands, and Draco. That's probably fine, right? I don't know if I'm ever gonna click Earth Power. Maybe I don't know if I'm ever gonna click Earth Power. I might. There's fucking Zen Headbutt for the Muck. The AV Muck. Maybe he'll bring 2 AVs, but in that case, I'm already going about this correctly with the rocks. Nexus doesn't have access to spikes apart from Ogre, but ooh, maybe that means that we bring Ogre for the spikes. So are we dropping Cinder? Damn. This is so tough, man. Because Cinder's good. Cinder's actually good. Feels like a huge waste to not bring it, but I actually don't really know how I'm going to fit everything I need. Yikes, man. Because the Cinder literally does need to be Boots. Because I don't have removal on this team. And John is absolutely... Oh shit, I don't have removal and I'm Scarf Kyurem. Yeah, so... Oh shit. So Cinder would be necessary with court change. Oh my god. Yeah, this is gonna be problematic for Nexus. Is there a universe where we get rid of Dogi? Everything else has such a clear, defined role. I mean, even Dogi does, but maybe we can use Sableye with the helmet and chip the hands. It does overload it a little bit. Like if it gets knocked off by the Cyclizar, then we don't have the helmet for hands anymore. And then it becomes a problem. Jeez. Okay. Well, I think we've locked onto every mon that can come. I don't think the stuff I'm benching has any right to be here. I think we are so already tight on mon slots that anything apart from these 7 is probably missing out on something super important. Unless he ditches hazards entirely and goes for like a Sableye screens offense team. But like Kyurem, every time it comes in, is taking names, so we want it to enter as much as possible, which means we want more time in the game to get it in. So it would be a waste to just use it one time, sack it to the AV hands to get some sweeper in. That might not even work, because I don't honestly know what options he has for that. Jeez. So I think where my head's at this point are the benches are between Dogi and Comfey. I think it's very clear that we need court change to make sure that, if possible, we can remove the rocks for Kyurem. I think it's obvious that we need Sableye to prevent him from getting rid of our rocks. I think it's obvious that we need Jirachi to actually get the rocks up and check the Enamorous. Let's remove Doki for now. We need Cinderace. So the last 3 are between Ogerpon, Dogi, and Comfey. And Ogerpon would get us spikes, which would be super value, especially with this game plan. The only thing is, if we're court changing with Cinder, then we don't want to rely on this, right? The removal we'd want to rely on is Donphan for spin, in order to make sure that we don't fuck up our own spikes. So here's where my head's at. We could actually drop the Ogre on one of these and go Okie dokie Comfey, and then the other route is, I'm just gonna make a team in between. The other route is no Cinder, and we go Donphan. And we take off Dogi for Sableye. That makes sense, right? Let me just take a step back. Okay. So we have Kyurem, Sableye, Rachi. We have our removal. We have our hands check. Yikes, man. Oh, because we have our way of revenging the Enamorous. We have hands check, and this one's gonna have to be the Sableye. We have our removal. We have Spikes Ogre on this one to take advantage of Sableye spin block and have spin with Donphan, so we're not interrupting our own hazard game. And the other one is a more just rocks, like more solid check. Okay, we can maybe build off this. I think I'm gonna lock in these 2 rosters here. I hope this makes sense. I don't really see another way. Yeah. So Ogre Donphan is one, Cinder Okidogi is the other. Interesting. Okay. Well, we know what route we're going with this. We're gonna be Stealth Rock. Oh, that's Strength. Stealth Rock. I don't know how long I've been going for it, but I really not made much progress. Choice Scarf. We're gonna be Rapid Spin. And we have Sableye. And we're gonna be Spikes on you. And this is the general idea: is Kyurem is gonna be benefiting off all this. We're gonna have Oh wait, Donphan could kind of be a hands check. Kind of. But I kind of need whatever this slot to be to deal with Arch, kind of. Well, the Comfey is going to have Encore, right? Because that will give me some kind of counterplay versus Arch. I think on both teams it's going to be that. Sableye could also fit it. Anyway, the Scarf set is Ice Beam, Freeze, Dry, Draco. I guess Earth Power, right? We do want to have something in case it's like a Steel Enamorous, so I think this makes sense. And then this also helps with AV Muck, maybe a little bit, even though this still won't do too much damage. So this is the first general idea. So Jirachi's gonna have to kind of try to be the Enamorous check. I don't really have another option. And I do think it's just going to be Stellar Enam, so my best option to deal with that is either Assault Vest or Shukaberry. What do I like more? Oh, this team has trouble with Ogerpon. The only thing is that Ogerpon has trouble with Kyurem, so it might not be too much of an issue. But maybe that means that Jirachi might want to help a little bit. Because I don't really have another initial pivot. I could try Sableye, but I know that that's not going to go well if he is like Bandit or something. Okay. So now what I'm thinking about telling John is you could try a Bandit Ogerpon. Because... ooh, I love that actually. Okay, well, yeah, this team has Okie Dokie, so this team can deal with it a bit better. But it would totally shut down the hazard stack mode. Because Banded, Banded Ogerpon would force the Jirachi to take that. And then, now, what the fuck is checking Enamorous, right? And the idea is we get rocks up and then Comfey can eventually deal with it, but we don't have an initial switch into Enamorous, so that's going to be a huge problem later, or earlier even. Late game we can actually deal with Enamorous, but early we can't. So I think that might just mean that we have to go Assault Vest Donphan and like try Donphan. What's going on, bro? Like just max Spadef Assault Vest. Okay, this is twice. This is twice. Okay, I almost like shat myself. Okay, we can take 2 Stellar Moonblasts with Assault Vest. That's kind of all I can ask for. Might want to go even careful just to take 2 after rocks. As long as I can check it once, I think I can then deal with it. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so this kind of has to be an Assault Vest Donphan. It's gonna have Ice Shard, I think. It's definitely gonna have Earthquake. Yeah, Sableye is gonna have to be the Rocky Helmet dude for hands. It will have Encore, I think, just to deal with a Swords Dance set. You can have Willow to deal with something else. Recover for sure, right? So you can just do the Willow knock set. That's like reasonable. Willow will also help with Ogerpon, like big time. So this looks pretty reasonable, I think. A Lum Hands would be a little annoying, but the thing is with Lum Hands is in order to actually break through Sableye, I think it does need the sword stance, and then if he does that, then I just encore, bro. Yeah. If I wisp him, then yeah, I don't really think he can break through. But I would need to land the wisp, is the thing. Yeah, I think this works. You know what would absolutely shit on me though is mental herb, because if I come in as he sword stances, then I will die, because I will have to encore in case of Lunberry. Yikes, man. Yeah, this is tough, dude. John has a good matchup here. Is there anything else I can do with this? I could do... Oh my god. I'm also thinking pain split over recover, just to make sure I can actually get some chip on him. That would be a little bit helpful. Is that better than recover? This is so tough, man. I just like the consistency of recover, but if the because this, I also need him to spin block, so I need him kind of alive. Jeez, dude. All right, I'll return to that later, I think, and decide. Yeah, the Dawn fan. EQ spin. We could try Seed Bomb for the pert, I guess. We probably want Shard, right? To control Scarf and M and Banded Ogre. At least get some chip on him, put him in range of rocks potentially. I still do have a whole Wellspring to use for something. Is there any universe where I can use this? I don't think I can use it for an M. Because I would want to outspeed an M. And then if I do that, I can't actually take 2 of anything. Maybe he can come in on Dio. Because I don't really have a check to that. Or he can just come in and pert. He's probably just going to come in and pert and stuff. So, do I want Seed Bomb last on this guy? I am Assault Vest. I could also just go Knock, but I have Knock on Sableye, so I honestly might fit Knock on Wellspring too. So I'm not like short on Knock. I also could fit it on Comfey even. So maybe I do just go Seed Bomb on this guy. Let's try it. Let's just try it, right? Boom. Yeah. Comfey, Encore, Draining Kiss. Calm Mind is quite reasonable. I could go Calm Mind Stored Power. For the Muck. I don't know if I need Stored Power though. I don't really care about Muck. I mean, not really. I kind of do. I kind of do, actually. Jeez, man. I think it's better to just run Synthesis, though. Because then I do kind of need this guy around me when talking about every single Pokemon on this fucking team. I need this guy around. Let's go Synth. Item? Big Root. No. You know, we can go Helmet on this guy, too. I think it's pretty valid. Rocky Helmet. Triage, let's not forget that. And then the only item that we have yet to decide is Jirachi, which is actually a huge one, because it's kind of come to my attention that Kolber has a lot of use because of Muck, because of Ogre Pawn, right? Especially Ogre Pawn, because this might end up being the Ogre Pawn check. And I think Body Slam plus Psychic Move is quite good into this team. Is there any use for Healing Wish? I don't think. I think we just want to play this like a normal game. I don't think Healing Wish is actually going to help enough long term. We kind of just need Jirachi around. I think Body Slam is a good way of helping with the Ogre Pawn, though. Just paralyzing it and getting it. Oh, does that even help? I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I might just want to get the U-turn off, right? Because what does paralyzing do for me? It gets slower than my own Ogre Pawn, which is something, I guess. But Kyurem is already Scarf. And nothing else is going to outspeed, or meaningfully outspeed after the para. Because Donphan needs like all its fucking investment. Maybe we don't do that. It would, you know what it would do? It would make him underspeed Jirachi, and that is actually kind of huge. But maybe we have other options. I will say Body Slam plus Zen Headbutt could be devious because he doesn't have a Dark. And then like Body Slam, Zen Headbutt. We still wouldn't be able to hit Arch though. And that's kind of huge. Because we'd be a physical set, right? And then putting Aura Sphere on that is so awkward. We do get Drain Punch, I guess. That's so weird. Oh my god. This is a tough one, man. Because Arch is actually such a problem still. So I mean, we might have to go a special, or just like defensive mixed. That's so awkward, man. He also does have an electric, so he's not like immune to Body Slam stuff. Maybe we just don't go for Body Slam stuff. It's just his electric is weak to Psychic, which is good for me. So we could go like Psy Noise or just Psychic, because you don't really need to disable Drain Punch like we have a Ghost type. We could just go like Psychic or Sphere or U-turn, maybe. That's not so bad, to be honest. I think that's fine. Because like mainly what we want to do is we want to just U-turn, just get this in on Ogre and then pivot out, because then we can just get Kyurem in, and that's good. So Psychic, Aura Sphere, U-turn. Is that weak, or is that like fine? Like I feel like that's fine. Kolber. I think this is reasonable stuff. As for the Ogre, jeez, this thing's weird. We could do Superpower, Cudgel U-turn, which is like okay. it hits everything, which is good. It means we can't fit Synth. Does that matter to me? I don't know. The health in this guy is like not important. I just need him to get his spikes up so that we can actually like annoy the fuck out of him. I think another pivot will be helpful. I think Cudgel Superpower U-turn is fine. We already have 2 Encore users. Like, we don't need that utility. We have 2 recovery guys too. And we kind of need this guy to be able to hit a little bit. Not like an insane amount, but we need it to at least be able to threaten the Enamorous, and we need it to threaten the Arch a little bit. That's the main thing. So yeah, because this also would be nice to have out versus Arch, actually, because it means he's not going to click Flash Cannon, and we just get to go Comfey and click Encore. And that actually does shut him down a little bit. So that's actually kind of good. So I want to at least have the option of threatening him, so that he's not like going to be like, okay, this is the easiest Flash Cannon predict of my life, because he can't stay in type shit. So this is reasonable. This is a reasonable route. Let's just, for the sake of it, take a look at this route too. Hold on. What I forgot to decide is whether or not I want Paint Splitter recover. I think I'll stick with recover. It's so tough. But with me chipping him down with the helmet, I think I need to not compromise my own healing. And I do have some other options for hands. Like, I do have Dawnfan who lives anyone hit an Earthquake Sim. I do have the Helmet Comfey with Encore and Draining Kiss. I do have the Psychic on Rachi. Like, I think this is fine to be recover and not Paint Split. So I'll just keep it like that. And this team. So it looks like Dogi could be the helmet guy. And then we don't have Ogerpon, but we can use Sableye to help check the Dio. Because now he's not shackled to hands. And being a more Spidef Sableye also gives him use versus Arch, which is actually kind of good. Because I don't think Arch can really break a Spidef Sableye. Because he's immune to Body Press, and then Draco lowers his special attack, so as long as I don't die, I will be able to heal it off. And then we'll use Dogi for hands and chip him down with potential poisons. CC I put on by accident, but I might keep it. Drain Punch is good though. I don't know yet. But yeah, Sableye will be Spidef on this. Potentially Leftovers. Because that will, I think that will help out long term. This guy's good into Dio, which is cool. Let me just check out Dio stuff real quick. Maybe we go Boots on Sableye, actually. I don't know what Dio can actually do to Sableye. It's not really much, right? He can try to taunt me, but I get the recover off first. Yeah. So on this Sableye, I might want Taunt, because then I can actually shut down a greedy Dio that like wants to be like, oh no, I'm so scared of Sableye, and then just send a billion fucking spikes on me. So maybe this one wants to be Taunt. That's probably valid. Taunt, recover. We want to be knockoff again, I think. And oh wow, we could be T-Wave to fuck with the Enamorous. That seems kind of valid. Because there's no way he goes Terra Ground, right? That's just objectively worse than Terra Stellar. Terra Electric maybe has some merit. But if he's Terra Electric, then he loses the AB Donphan on the other team. So we'll be able to get in reps on both styles. I think that T-Wave is valid. Thunderwave. Fuck it. Give him some EXP on both sides. We'll go Boots, I think. Yeah, let's go Boots. I don't think any other thing will help because we could go Leftovers, but like we could totally not get the core change off. And also like the Dio might just knock me off, and then I don't get any value out of Leftovers. At least while entering with the Boots, get some value out of Boots that way. Jirachi is no longer the Ogre Pawn check, so it is more free to do Enamorous stuff, which is good because we don't have the Donphan anymore. So we can do Shuka, we can do AV, and have this also assist with Arch. Well, we don't get rocks if we go AV, so we can't do that. We could just go Shuka. I think that's pretty valid. Shuka Berry. And I, once again, don't really care about Drain Punch, so I might just keep the same set as before with the Psychic Aura Sphere U-turn set. That seems pretty valid. Right? And we're gonna keep the same Comfey set as well from before. So Encore, Synthesis, Draining Kiss, and Rocky Helmet. Do we want Rocky Helmet or something else this time? I think Helmet's just always helpful. You're gonna be Rocky Helmet. What was I gonna do? I was gonna put Psychic, Aura Sphere, U-turn. Cinder's gonna be Core Change. It's also gonna be Pyro Ball, of course. Actually, before I do that, how much do I care about Pyro Ball? It is kind of spammable, right? It's just that I think I can accomplish everything I need to with other moves too. So it's a little bit up in the air. Because I also might want Sucker. I think Pyro Ball, you know what? I think we need Sucker Punch. And I think the fact that we need Sucker Punch and potentially even U-turn means that we need one move to cover everything, and it's Pyro Ball. I don't know if I want to fit High Jump Kick, even though it is good into Arch. The Cyclezar will probably just U-turn out when it's in range of a potential High Jump Kick, so I think this is actually correct. Yeah, this is fine. Okie dokie. Do we want Drain Punch or CC? I think we want Drain Punch. I think the health is good. And Hands has a lot of that. P-Jab or Gunk Shot? Let's go P-Jab. High horsepower, probably, right? For the Muck and for the Hands, which it's checking. So getting a surprise kill on that will be very nice. Ooh, Low Kick. No, Low Kick doesn't hit Arch. It's only 80 base power versus Arch, fun fact. Drain Punch is kind of better for every other case. So if we go last on and it's another fighting move, it would be CC. Which we could do. We could just go knock off 2 though. And hit the Dio and also just remove items, which is good. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? We are walled by the Dusk Noir. So maybe we just want knockoff. Let's just go knockoff. Okay, that's all our movesets. So, and all of our items too. So let's do some EVing. Okay. For the first team, this is going to be a physically defensive Sableye, who I don't care if it's faster than literally anything because of Prankster. Everything that we need to be faster than things for is Prankster, so we don't care about speed. The Kyurem, which will be on both teams, can afford to be modest, actually, which is really good because I don't think it's reasonable to be like we want to try to outspeed the Dio. So I think it's smarter to go modest. Let me just see real quick. Kyurem, modest, choice scarf. Cyclozar is 275. You got to fit a lot of bulk, which is really good. Okay, we get 251 with 100. Yeah, that's sick. Okay. Only need 100 speed on the scarf set. That is so good. Modest. And the rest. So Kyurem's weird because you don't really want to put the rest in HP because HP is so high and its defenses are a little bit lower. We kind of want to put that into the defenses in some way. So maybe we calc for stuff. Can you take a non-boosted Enamorous Moonblast? You can. How much does that take? 52. And then we can put the rest in defense for Ogerpon and Swampert. That's actually kind of cool. Okay, we go 52 Spit F, 104 defense. That's good. Sableye's Fizz Def. Jirachi, this is Colbur Berry. It's going to be a little bit more Fizz Def as well. We do want it to outspeed the Arch. I don't know how much speed the Arch is going to have. I don't know. Is there any other thing that we can invest this Rachi for that doesn't involve the Arch that will double for the Arch? I think no. Genuinely no. There was something I did on another paste, which is like, yeah, but that's hands. There's no way he runs so much speed on Arch that he outspeeds no speed Rachi, right? I don't know. John's a weirdo. He does weirdo speed creeps. I might just run like a little bit of speed. It could totally just not come into play though. Let me... You know what? Just in case John is the biggest weirdo and runs fucking Jolly Pert, let me hit 241. And that will maybe cover the Arch. I just don't want to get outsped by Arch, but I don't want to invest so much because I really need the HP. Speaking of, Ogerpon versus Jirachi. Knockoff, we are Colbur Berry. Let's say he uses it twice. Oh, 3 times? Okay, we can invest for that. Sick, man. Rachi's so good, dude. I just have no idea why John doesn't like it. Ooh. Cool. This is just not Pokemon, but it's fine. The thing I noticed with Rachi a lot, and honestly his summons a lot, is that sometimes 240 is ends up being the best HP number to hit with the investment in order to save EVs for other stuff. Just a little fun fact from me to you. Oopsie. Yeah, 240, 92. We can put the rest in special attack. We can even go modest. That's kind of cool. Let's calculate versus arch real quick. Physical defensive. We have Aura Sphere on this guy. And we are timid, let's say. Doesn't matter. Modest. This is Phys Def Arch, which is gonna come actually. Okay, 64. Modest. Or just like whatever 277 hits. Nope, we need modest. Okay. Not mild. Modest. I want to hit 277, and the rest goes in Spit F. This is a goofy ass spread, but it all means something. Oh my god, the Ogre Pawn, dude. Jesus. I don't even want to think about this guy. We're gonna go Jolly. We're gonna go outspeed the Enamorous because we really need to. 243, right? I'm not misremembering, right? Enamorous. Yep, 243. Max attack and rest in HP. Fuck it. Comfey. This guy's weird. The most important thing is to see how much we do to the Enamorous. Braining Kiss. That does a good chunk. That's a good chunk. Maybe at +1, we always kill with 2. 273 hits some good stuff. Let's just go 200 modest and hit that stat jump. And then go max HP. We'll do that stupid speed creep for the arch again. And then if he outspeeds me, I'll fucking cry and rest in defense. And then the Dawn Fan we saw pretty much needs to go max Spit F. Dawn Fan, Assault, Assault Vest. This is 3 times. But for Terra Stellar, takes a little bit more juice to actually take 2. Actually, it's a little weird because it only boosts the first one, right? Ooh, okay. So we actually might not need all that much. We want to live maybe after a spike. Let's say after a spike, just to be safe, right? You can actually remove it from HP because Spit F is low. Okay, nice. Oops. No, okay. No, it actually does too much for me. This one little Spit F thing. Okay, it doesn't matter. We'll just go even HP, because whatever. I'm obsessed with uneven, but it doesn't actually matter. And we're Assault Vest, and this is on an Adamant one, right? Yeah, it is. Sick. Adamant. Rest and attack. Very cool. Actually, do we want speed? John runs anti-creep. John's a piece of shit. He runs anti-creep on everything. But maybe not so much that... Because this just barely outspeeds Pert, right? Swampert. Let's keep him on his toes, just in case. That's kind of perfect. Yeah, so that is our first team done for John, and let's just finish up the second one. So this Kyurem is the same spread, which it was a little bit Chinesed, so not really Chinese, but 104.52 in the defenses. Got it. Okay. 104.52, 100, and then we are maxed out special attack. This Sableye this time will be Spadef for the arch. Just put the rest in defense. Rachi will be the same spread again. No, it won't, because this is less for Ogre Pawn this time and more for Enamorous. So let's calc it. Jirachi versus Enamorous. Terra Stellar. Boom. Earth Power twice. Into a Shuka Berry. Okay, we can live that quite easily. Even after a spike, we can live that. That is sick. So we'll do that. Okay. Once again, 240 being the GOAT. Okay, never mind. Fuck Pokemon, man. Yeah, 248, 88. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. 248, 88 lives 2 Terra Stellar, or 2 Earth Powers with the first one Terra Stellar boosted after a spike. And we once again want that 241, and we can go modest, you know? Boom. Get some damage on that Enamorous, maybe. Oh, we actually don't deal with Enamorous that well with this Jirachi, huh? We might want to change this moveset for this team. Just maybe. I don't know how we can. Yikes, dude. I don't know. These are relatively irreplaceable moves in general. How much does Psychic do to the Enamorous, just out of curiosity? Psychic, and this is 156 modest, if I remember correctly. That's HP Psychic, bro. Come on. Oh my god. Okay, how much does that do? It does half. You know what? I think that's fine, right? Because the whole goal is to get it in range of rocks or Comfey, and that does that. So you know what? I think this is fine. We can click rocks the first time, then sack something the second time, click Psychic, get him in range. I think that's pretty fair. No, you know what? We can actually just click Psychic versus the whole fucking team because he has no Dark type. And then if something defensive comes in, we click Rocks that turn. Yeah, so this actually works. This works out. Cinderace is gonna outspeed the Enamorous and the Ogre Pawn. So we're gonna hit 352. Is there any bulk we really want? I think it's not really that necessary. Dude, this fucking Discord sound effect. Fuck that. This guy wants to be Max Fizdef-ish. It's really difficult to actually calc kills for this guy. Maybe versus the Ogre Pawn, we can try to get Ogie Dogie a kill after Helmet with Poison Jab. That seems reasonable. Poison Jab. Helmet gets him down to 84, maybe 83.5. Okay. I think it's 83.5, right? Yeah. Okay. So 16 attack. Nice. That's really not so much. And then max HP, Impish, and let's creep Adamant Hands. Rest in defense. And the Comfey set will be the same. What do we have on the other one? It was 248, 40, 200 plus 20. Okay. 248. I think it was 40. Yeah. 200 plus, oops, 20. Okay, and that is our 2 mock teams for John. I think we did okay. I think this matchup was definitely in his favor. But we made 2 styles. One of them doesn't have an ogre on it, which is probably weird and almost definitely not going to happen. But we have the other one with the ogre on it just to give him some experience. I think trying to go for a sword stance clean with Wellspring is just kind of not in the cards. I think he can deal with it once every time, and after that, like Stellar Scarf Enamorous will always pick it off. It does so much damage. He has his own Ogre Pawn, which is actually quite good versus this team. Like, see, look at what having Ogre Pawn on the pace does for the Teal Pawn matchup. It actually fucking destroys it. So, like, I don't even know which team is better. I think this one is still well constructed. I can't really tell. We'll see. But we made 2 mocks for John. We will see how it goes. Hope you guys enjoyed this portion, and we'll get to the mocks in a moment. Peace. We are back over 24 hours after the previous section for our first mock with John. So let's see how this goes. I need to kind of refresh myself with the game plan a bit, but I know we have the Scarf Cure, and we have this version is the Rapid Spin Spike Stack version. And he did not bring the Ogre Pawn, which is good for this version actually. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And the Enamorous Terra Dragon, very cool. Yeah, that does make sense, but it's also not good for his chances versus Comfey. And there's no Muck either, so generally I actually don't feel too bad about what I'm looking at here. We can use the Rachi for the Dio because the Dio because the the Ogre Pawn is in here. Who do you want to lead? I like Ogre Pawn is kind of fine, right? Kind of fine versus whatever. It doesn't do great against Arch though, which is definitely a problem. We want to get one of Spikes or Rocks up, I think. I think that's the thing. And Ogre Pawn does better into... I'm going to go Ogre. I think Ogre's correct. Okay, we see Dio. Perfectly fine by me. Do I want to Terra here? I think I want to delay it, right? Because there's the Pert. And we want to be able to keep that flip turn immunity. And we don't want to... Maybe we just go for our Spike. All right. We do have the Rapid Spin. That's not too bad to get off. I think we do want to Terra. I don't know. Dio is a threat for sure. We never died at anything. I'm just gonna go for my Spike here. Meteor Beam. That's not gonna kill me. Okay. Spike. Nice. That is not so bad. What we can do about this is we can go Jirachi. This is cool though, for sure. We might fall behind pretty hard because of this. But I'm not like incredibly worried about stuff. We can just click U-turn here and do heavy chip. And then go into our Solvest Donphan and kind of clean this up. Shadow Ball. Ooh, we live. Okay, very nice. Okay. This is a cool EDO. He's definitely getting a lot of progress on me. We're going to go into our Solvest Donphan here and clean this up with EQ into maybe Shard if we need it. Yeah. And we the rocks aren't going to be up. Yeah, this could be bad. This could definitely be bad. We're just going to EQ. Yeah, Psychic does that much. EQ. And we do have that Ice Shard to pick this guy off. Cool set by John. Definitely really good. The Enamorous is looking terrifying. Okay. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, we did take off Seed Bomb for Ice Spinner because I realized that we couldn't actually hit Enamorous without clicking Ice Shard, which is pretty bad. We probably want to go Ogre here because even if we die, we've gotten our Spike up, and the Kyurem can just revenge this with Freeze Dry quite easily. So I think we're just going to go Ogre and play it safe. That's perfectly okay. Arachi is actually not dead. See how it says 6.7? It's not quite dead. 6.5 is how much it does. So there's that. That's cool. We can superpower into this potentially, because I think he will switch into the Archaludon. Yeah. Ooh, and he goes Cyclozar. Okay. Don't know if I'm a fan of that play. I mean, if he's Chople Arch, yeah, it's kind of tough because you don't want to just lose your Pert, right? Ogerpon can be annoying. Ogerpon can definitely be annoying. But I actually don't have access to a Grass move, so that is objectively my best play. Because Cudgel won't kill this, and I don't actually need to kill this. I just need to get it in range of Ice Beam, so I don't have to like start predicting and clicking the less damaging move. We definitely need this Donphan to click Spin at some point before we get our Kyurem to start trying to clean. There's Enamorous. There he is. Or she. My bad. We probably just have to sack the Arachi. I'm wondering if we even just want to sack the Ogerpon, because we want to get our rocks up, potentially. And also the Psychic. We also get to see if he's choiced, right? This is good information if we just click Cudgel. I think clicking Cudgel is correct. That's fine, that's fine. He Terra Dragon, that's actually perfectly fine for me. Okay, he's sub. Ooh, cool. That's pretty cool. We do break this with the superpower. It's totally fine. Yeah. Superpower, okay. See, that's fine, because we have the Comfey. That is perfectly okay. We also have Scarf Kyurem. So let's actually just calc this Comfey hit. Drain Kiss will not kill. That's a little annoying. I think what I will have to do is bite the bullet and take some Rock Chip on my Kyurem. Because Play Rough probably could kill the Comfey if I had to guess. So we're just going to go Scarf Kyurem here and say what up. And he's going to have to give me his Dio. I could call that out and swap. But honestly, I don't think that does anything for me. I'm just going to click Ice Beam. Freeze Dry or Ice Beam? Ice Beam. Okay, interesting. Yeah. See, that's chip, you know. that's not bad. We can go Sableye here. All right, so he did force some Rock Chip on Kyurem. I'm not gonna act like that's not a big deal. Definitely is. Yeah, there's that. We can Will-Wisp something quite easily. I'm really confused on why he's not using his Dio Sac, because this chip is genuinely huge for me. I can kind of just click Willow. Yeah. That's annoying, but it's not a big deal. The hands is getting chipped. Yeah, it doesn't look like John's game plan is really working out for him. I really just need to beat the Arch at this point. And I feel like I can do that because I have the Rachi still living. I'll just knock off here, I think. I'm not really threatened by anything. Oh, I'm slower. Okay, that's annoying for him. Yeah, because now something gets knocked. He's going to have to sack his Dio, I think. I don't think... Yeah, he has to sack his Dio. Okay. Yeah, so now Pert's taking more spikes. This is really not looking all that great for him. Arch is in. Now, unfortunately for me, everything I can do here is a bit risky. So, like, I could go... What I'm thinking about right now is how important is Sableye, because if I can just burn him and scout his move, maybe encore him with the Comfey, I can win the game. So I think that is going to be my play. Is how much does Draco Meteor do actually? Draco Meteor looks like if he's defensive. Oh, this is careful. What fucking arch is this? Okay, I probably will die if he has any investment at all. So I am just going to click Will-O-Wisp and let him use whatever he wants. Draco, yeah, sure. That's perfectly fine for me. So now he's put himself in a really compromising position versus Calm Mind Comfey. I think he loses. I could also go for my spin now and play it like really safe, but I think he just loses to Comfey, man. This is not looking good. He could be mixed, but I burned him, is the thing. So I'm kind of covering everything here. Ah, he is mixed, okay. But it doesn't matter. It truly doesn't matter. I could have encored. But yeah. That's not great for him. One more synthesis should do it, and then D-Kiss will kill. Metal Sound, okay. But yeah, D-Kiss will kill here, so... I could even encore him into Metal Sound. Yep. And now I can Calm Mind again, and the game is done. The game is done. Yeah, it looks like D-Kiss kills. Oop, I got a text. Yeah, it's looking dunzo. Looking dunzo. This might not kill, but I don't really care. Because now look at Scarf Kirim, right? Yeah. Okay. So he is underprepared for Comfey, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Okay. And he's I don't like Dragon and Amorous either. I'm going to... I don't know if we need to run the other one. I kind of know what he needs to do. Yeah. This Dio is cool, for sure. Versus this team, it will absolutely put in work. Versus the Spadef Sableye, sure. If he wants to run the other team, then I will. Yeah. But yeah, so as we said in the team builder, I think Scarf Stellar and Amorous is really, really good. So when I saw Dragon, I did not feel threatened at all. He's still weak to Ice Shard. He's still weak to Scarf Kirim. He's still weak to Comfey. The only thing it really covers is Ogerpon. And Ogerpon really isn't the most threatening thing. So we'll see how he does versus this team. This team is the one that I'm less confident in, just structurally. I'll tell him that even. This is the one I'm slightly less confident in. Judge F. So we don't have spikes on this one. But this is still, I believe, a functional team. Yeah, I did mention that there could be a Ghost Raichu. That's the only other thing in the builder that I really saw could be a thing. Like the Ghost Lightning Rod, hard walling hand stabs. Not really hard walling hands because it still takes over half from coverage moves. Anyway, back to this game. Still, no Ogre, no Muck, no Dusknoir. Yeah, this team is definitely going to be harder to manage. The big thing is we care a bit less about Dogi. And we of course see the dragon and Am. Maybe we just lead the Cinder. Maybe like the Cinder or the Ogre is just our lead either way. Because we care less about... We could lead Sableye. But that seems not good. Because like, I know what Dio he is, but like he is risking Sucker Punch, right? If we lead this. We need to lead well into Dio because this team is less equipped for Dio overall. Maybe that's not true. Well, let's just lead Cinder. Like I know he's gonna lead Dio, but I shouldn't act on that. What leads best into everything else? Maybe it is just Cinder. We just don't care as much about Dogi. So like that's the idea is I think Cinder's just a safer lead versus most things. Just to get the quick pivot off. Alright, so we're in versus Cinder versus this Dio. So here's the thing. I could Sucker Punch him. It's definitely a threat. He probably shouldn't stay in here with the set that he is, but I don't always kill him. And I don't know that he's going to click Meteor Beam, so I should go to Sableye here. Just play it safe. Okay. I don't like that he stayed in. And perhaps I'll discuss that later. I'll just actually say that right now. Remember, I could click Sucker. He's max FizzDef. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, if he's max FizzDef, then he's totally fine, I guess. We recover it off. T-Bolt. Yeah, we recover this off. And we want to recover one more time. He's going to Meteor Beam again. Yep. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click T-Wave. And be annoying. And we could just keep recovering. We do outspeed. Yeah, there's the para. I don't think we're dead to anything here. So we can get our knockoff chip. Yeah. Boom. That's some good knockoff chip. So now he's dead to Cinderace. Probably. Probably dead to U-turn. And Kyurem. So we should calc max HP. But yeah, he's dead to Kyurem. So we can just keep being greedy. And if we die, we die, right? Okay. Yeah, fair enough. We can go Cinder, or we can go Kyurem. And Kyurem is very forcing, so I'm going to go Kyurem. And we're just going to click Ice Beam. There's Iron Hands. He takes 24. Gets frozen. Yeah, that's the thing with this guy. Ice Beam is a bitch move because of that. That is quite unfortunate because now he yeah, it's really annoying. Now he has to just give me, I mean, it's not really game ending because honestly he wouldn't do that much to Dogi. I think I can just click knockoff here pretty freely. The main idea is I want to keep the Dio out. I guess I wouldn't kill anyway, probably, because he's itemless now. But knockoff is infinite value. Can never go wrong clicking knockoff, realistically. And we can always get the Toxic Chain. He goes into Pert. Oh, we get a crit too. No Toxic Chain, no Toxic Chain. So I do have those, the court change in the back. I could honestly like, again, I don't really care about Dogi that much in general this game because there's no Ogre Pawn, and now the fucking hands is frozen, so I can kind of just click Drain Punch and be like, yeah, I don't take like all that much from Earthquake, so I'm just gonna click Drain Punch here. Maybe get the poison. No poison. All right, we give him that helmet chip. Now the pert is insanely low. Now the dragon and Nam is in, and we have our check, which is the Jirachi. Yep, superpower. That does do a lot. We can just click Psychic here, or we can click U-turn. So we can. I think the plan was click Psychic. We want to get him in range. Yeah, that's fine. We want to get him in range of Comfey. That's the whole idea. We want to get him in range of Comfey. As long as he's in range of Comfey, I do not care about this Jirachi, genuinely. He is clearly under prepped for the Comfey. So we need to fix that. Yep. And he's a Fizdef Arch. I'm getting very lucky, though I will say I am Serene Grace. But I am getting quite lucky. The rocks aren't really important anymore because I know he's not Stellar Nam, so we're just going to click Core Sphere. Boom. Big dammy. Ow. That hurts. Thinking about clicking Psychic. Because it did 24, and now it's doing more than that. I will just click... Oh, see, I could get greedy, but I won't. We're just going to click Aura Sphere, play it very straightforward. See, I am going to be Amon down very soon. Like, I'm going to take this, and then he's going to take me, but I'm actually in the lead, is the thing, because he can't deal with Comfey. He's so under-prepped for it, so we need to fix that. He genuinely has no real way of beating it. So yeah, in this position, it's certainly annoying that he's frozen. And I'll just go for the kill. Okay, there's that. Huge damage, dude. Especially invested Jirachi is quite insane, I will say. So I do have Helmet on the Comfey as well. I'm kind of safe if I want to just go there and click Calm Mind. But I shouldn't. I wanna go Okie dokie. I don't care about him. I care too much about Comfey. I don't want to get like bullied by some weird shit. Yeah, he's in a very bad spot right now. All of his stuff is so chipped. We really need a prep for this Comfey. Okay, I know he's a physical enamorist now. So if I want to, I can kind of just stay in. Right? Yeah, I can totally stay in. Superpower. Yeah. I don't like Superpower in Am either. He should be special. Wow. Dogi, no Toxic Chains? Come on, bro. Ow. Yeah. But now he's taking so much chip. And I don't know how he beats Comfey anymore. I don't know how he beats Kyurem either. Let's just go Kyurem. Fuck it. We'll get our Calm Mind with Comfey another time. Pert is in range of Ice Beam. He's probably just going to get 6-0 swept here by the Kyurem, since the hands is frozen. I should technically go Jirachi here. Yeah, that's Psychic. Because I don't want to give him Drain Punch healing. Boom. And I can just kill with Psychic. Nice. Yeah, this is tough for him. But he has a good matchup. He just needs to have a bit better prep, no lie. I still want the Rachi around. I think I most prefer Cinder here. Because I just want to have access to the low health anti-drain punch thing. Maybe I shouldn't have sacked the Dogi. Just so we could deal with hands if it wasn't frozen. Maybe I was a bit too hasty with that. But I think I would win anyway. Even if it unthawed. Yeah, so there's Pert. He will live this. So, I mean, I can just U-turn over to cure him, though. You know what? He's going to go for rocks. I should go Rachi. Ooh, he didn't. Okay. Well, I guess I could lose now. I wanted to keep Rachi alive. Even though it doesn't really mean much. Okay, he went Cyclozar. I get a Calm Mind here. Yep. I'm pretty sure this kills. Oh, it doesn't. Comfey, you suck, bruh. Really? This doesn't fucking kill? This is a careful arch. I kind of know he's knowing best. This probably kills. I'll go for it. Oh, it doesn't. I'm shit. I'm actually shit. This doesn't kill me though. So he's dead. Cyclozar dies. Yeah. Just dekiss. Yeah, his hands getting frozen was terrible. Ooh. But now he's gonna get unthawed. He's gonna get into range because of the helmet. And now cure him cleans, unfortunately. He performed way better that game, but he still lost. I probably didn't play that the best, but I didn't have to. GG. That freeze seriously sucked. And made the mock a little worse, but we know what we need. We need to better handle Comfey. We need a better handle Comfey. What else? Well, I'll work on it. It's a little bit awkward, I guess. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll see you guys in the real game, but I'm going to work on this with him, and we're going to see how the actual game goes. So, see you guys. Peace. Hey guys, I'm back real quick. Just because we went through a couple more mocks and a lot of different thoughts about the matchup, and what ended up happening was we couldn't really, just in a conversation, just figure out how to solve the issues, because even with the obvious changes that I thought, it wasn't quite working out. So I ended up going into the time chamber and just building something myself really quick so that John could have a good chance of winning, because I just needed to lock down what this matchup was going to be. So just really quick rundown of the new team that we're using. The lead is now Swampert. We have the Custat Berry because after this bulk, we always live a Wellspring Trailblaze, and the idea is to just have a good enough matchup versus any of the hazard setters so that we can hard punish a hazard lead, because this team is very offensive and has no boots on it. So rocks, because our own rocks are really good for their Curum, and then these three moves hit the team quite hard. Earthquake is generally actually very hard to resist, especially after the Wellspring Terras, so that's really good. So this is our dedicated lead. If they lead Curum, we want to go into our Assault Vest Uncle Mike, which is the same as before. I just did this with the spread and he kept it. Who cares? It's a fine spread. The only change that I made, which is actually kind of crucial, is we took off Drain Punch for Play Rough, and what that does is gives us a really good mid ground between Curum and Sableye. If the helmet Sableye is the Iron Hands check, then this will hard punish that. It'll do like like 83 minimum or something to a max defense Sableye. And if, like, let's say early on in the game he just wants to play it safe with a Volt Switch, that will literally put it in range of play rough. So this is a very nice combination, and then this just hits the rest of the team very hard. And if he Swords Dances with Ogerpon or clicks Ivy Cudgel, and we don't actually get that much out of the pert, but it's fine, we can just next turn go into Archaludon, which is our Ogerpon Wellspring check. Thunderwave Body Press controls it kind of nicely, and actually Body Press with a lot of defense boosts is not very easy for the opponent to switch into, because their Steel type is Sableye, or they're not their Steel type, their Ghost type is Sableye, and Sableye is needed for a lot more than Archaludon, and it probably won't even be used for Archaludon. And Flash Cannon, with this investment that John put in, 2-hit KOs max HP. Apparently, so that's good. As you can see, we don't have Muck on this pace, which is generally like a little bit scary because we don't have technically a Comfey answer. But so what we did instead was I just slotted Dusknoir with Terra Steel and Hard Press, the return of Hard Press. This move comes out when you least expect it. So this kind of glues the team together so that it's not actually losing to anything. With its general bulk, it doesn't actually necessarily need to Terra Steel, and Poltergeist does well over half to max HP Comfey. So this can just be the Comfey check. But what might end up happening is we need to use this Air Balloon Dusknoir, which also spin blocks, for the Dawn Fan. And if we have to do that, then Terra Steel can come clutch in having a Hard Press Oko on the Comfey. What Terra Steel Balloon also does for us is gives us a panic button versus Kyurem. So that's super nice. I'm actually really proud of this Dusknoir. Hopefully it goes well in the game. The added benefit is Frisk, so we get to see what the Donphan's item is. If we see Rocky Helmet, then we know it's a Fizz-Def Donphan. If we see Assault Vest, then we know that an Amorous might not be able to break through it. And in a mock versus Oboe, he brought Banded once, and that actually just made the line super easy when he clicked Earthquake. So that's really good. Deoxys is still a setup variant, but instead of Meteor Beam, I took it off for Lumberry Nasty Plot. Lumberry covers a lot of stuff like Jirachi Paras, Sableye Paras. I think there was one other thing that was quite important. Something else with Thunderwave, I think. And like these three attacks hit the team really hard. Even if he like double Thunderwaves with Sableye and sacks it to cripple the Deoxys, on our Enamorous, we did slot last Healing Wish. We are still the Scarf Stellar set that I was talking about in the builder and was so scared of. But I don't think that we might need to Terra Stellar, so the backup of having Dusknoir is really, really good. So this is the team that John's going to roll up with. He lost like 4 mocks in a row with the previous builds. I built this. We won like 3. 2 me playing against other people, and then 1 John playing against me, kind of rolling him, guiding him through what he should be looking for. Like sometimes Swampert, like let's say it takes an Ivy Cudgel from Terra Ogerpon, it will put it in range of like if it pivots in on this Cinderace, then the Custap Berry will now be active, and it might catch Nexus super off guard, which is really good. But yeah, this team I think is among the best that I could come up with. I'm hoping that it pulls through in the game, and I will see you guys in the game. We gotta go. This video is gonna get way too long.
He did bring everything that we thought. Oh wait, there's a Donphan over something. No, it was. Huh. Who didn't come? I actually can't remember. That's a good sign though, because we beat this pace. This kind of pace. No okie dokie. There's no Sableye, bro. We fucking could have brought the Cyclizar. That's so annoying. That's so annoying, man. Whatever. I had a feeling that was gonna happen too. Oh my god, it's thundering.
where I am. Yes! Let's go, goat lead! Oh, that's awesome. No, click earthquake! Oh my god, John. No. Earthquake's so free. That's not what I wanted him to do, bro. I should have told him. That sucks. That's genuinely my fault. Fuck. Yeah, just Quake. There's no resist with an Ogre Pawn. It's fine. The Ogre won't have a grass move, and we will destroy. That's fine. Wait, that might take you to Cussed Out. Let's go! Oh my god. That's very good. Okay. His weakness policy too. That's crazy. You're just gonna pick it off. Dude, if he Earthquake turn 1, that actually would have gone really bad. Oh my god. Okay, that's optimal. John's just better. John's actually just better. That's crazy. I would have Earthquake turn 1. Damn. This is why he's playing on me. That's so good though. No Rachi. The rocks are up though, that's annoying. But it's fine. Uncle Rick will hold. Ogre Pawn. That's chill as fuck. It's totally fine. If he wants to be greedy, he can go Arch for a stamina boost. But if he thinks he's gonna Sword Stance, he can click Poison Jab and blow his ass off. It's up to him. I think this is valid. Honestly, I would save this sack. I think I would. Wait. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I probably would have saved that sack. That's perfectly chill though. Ooh, what just happened? Okay, just go Arch. You're fine. There's actually not a great steel resist. No, don't go Enamorous. Yeah. He could high key Iron Defense here. That would be really good. There's like nothing that can deal with it. Yeah, let's go, John. That's annoying but fine. You have Balloon Noir. Just please don't be on. I don't think he can fit it on spikes. He needs too much. This should be perfectly fine. Oh, that's very greedy. Maybe it's good. This is insane. What's happening right now? I hope that Nexus just can't deal with this. I don't think Scarf Curum can kill this. If he specs, then that would be annoying. It'd be really annoying. Max hazards, dude. Thank God Noir's balloon. Who's coming in? Comfy. Oh, please don't be Encore. That would really suck. We need Arch to claim 2 here. Okay, it's leftovers. That's really good. Please don't be Encore. Flash cannon might even kill through a Comland. Depends on his spread, I think. This is not how I expected this to go. Kiss. I think it dies? I have no idea, actually. No. Oh, that sucks. Damn. I don't know if that second Iron Defense was the wave. This is gonna be a tight game. I would not switch out here. This 2 spikes up in rocks. And just take it. Okay. This kills. That's so much defense. We're just gonna die to Kyurem though. We do have rocks up though. That's really good, actually. Man, and there's no fighting resist here. I wish we kept Drain Punch, but there's no way I could have known that he was just not gonna bring any fighting resist other than Comfy. That's crazy. We have an Iron Hands. Ugh. I think you can technically go hands. But he got Earth Power. Okay. I'm glad Nexus bailed out at 2 spikes. Because 2 spikes is garbage. Yeah, we're still fine. Okay. Nexus will go Donphan here. You can kind of just ice punch it and go Noir. Please don't double on spikes and rocks, please. You need damage. No, John. Okay, I mean, this is whatever. The balloon was supposed to be a surprise. It's fine. I think Ken's was dead even without like hitting into a helmet, but I think that's what he was trying to avoid. Vested. Yeah, we could ice punch, dude. Ah. That sucks a little bit. Just pull through this. Oh, he's gonna make the same mistake I did in the mock. No. Okay, he went ogre. That's actually really good. Please hit. Please hit. No way, dude. That's so bad. I think if he poultered though, that would have died after rocks. That's terrible. Oh my god. Arch is dead. I think he's gonna lose. Oh man. That sucks, dude. I think I don't know, there's always a chance that Enamorous just wins. He just needs to get stuff in range of Terra Blast and clean. Goodbye, Uncle Mike. Okay. That's actually good that he Terra'd, because now he's weaker to Terra Blast. But he still needs a little more chip before it kills. I think. Like one more rocks, maybe. Damn. It ain't over. But it's not looking good. John got a bit greedy. No, it doesn't kill yet. Oh my god. Oh man. He put Healing Wish in the first slot. He's a psycho. I don't think this kills yet. I think you need one more round of rocks. It's gonna be all on Dio's back now. Which, like, to be fair, Dio can do it. Especially now that Comfey's dead. You can't question it now. You gotta make your play. You needed to send Arch in there. Please just kill for no reason. Please. Please kill for no reason. Please go for no reason. Oh my god, John. That's so bad. I think he's tilted. Dio can still win. Here's how Dio can still win. Oh, there's a Cinderace with Sucker Punch in the back. Actually, I think we're fucked. I gotta hope that the Cinder doesn't have Sucker now. Oh my god. Damn. You gotta go Dia and pick it off. Oh no, it's gonna be so chipped. They won't even be able to get a plot off now. And we're T-bolting into AP Don fan. Oh my god, bro. Oh man. Okay, at least he didn't switch. I think this is over. This Cinder has to be the worst set of all time for us to win. And he saw our balloon, so yeah, he's gonna send Cinderace out now. This is definitely sucker. We definitely just lose. Oh, it's banded? Maybe? Wait. Can you win with Sucker Mind Game if he's banded? Honestly, maybe he's Scarf. If he's Scarf, we just definitely lose. It's so over. Yeah, he's Scarf. We lose. Oh, that's so annoying. It's over. We just lose to Pyro Ball. Nexus could still throw it. No, I don't think he can actually. Because he still has the Kyurem. He would have to Pyro Ball into the Dusknoir and not kill it, and then Dusknoir kills it, and then clean with Dio. But I actually think he just has way too much alive. Or way too much health on his Donphan too. Oh, it sucks. He's actually only got 3 Pokemon left, dude. I think John would have won if he played this a little cleaner. Dude, I was Scarf Cinder. Scarf Cinder is so good, actually. That would always be tough to beat. Damn. Okay, he's playing for the choke. But I don't even think this plays for a choke. Because the Cinder Scarf. Ah. Damn. There's no reason for Nexus to switch. The last mon is Terra Steel Dusknoir. Like, this Kyurem is only useful for this. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, we don't even have the Terra Steel on this guy anymore. Actually. Roselli Berry. What the fuck? I guess. Damn. Uncle Rick, get the kill. Uncle Rick, please. Oh my fucking god, dude. Dustnor, what the fuck, bro? Why can't you land moves, man? Oh my god, this happened in the mock too. I can't believe this.
Fuck?
Dude, this happened in the mock. He missed a polter and then he fucking got frozen.
No. This is making me sick to my stomach.
That sucks, dude. Not even an Uncle Rick kill.
Can't even let Uncle Rick get nothing.
That sucks, man.